Hey Donna. If you're watching live on the replay, as always, do say hello. I've been studying today. Oh look, hello. Boing. People love to do that to my hair because it does bounce. If you pull one of the springs, it just goes boing and like bounces back. So it's like people who are close to me enjoy to go, oh, let me just have a little boing on that. Whatever brings you joy, my loves. So I've been studying today. I've been studying for my ERC practitioner training, which is emotional resonance clearing. And I'm currently taking myself through the journey that is connected to, which is called the Philosopher's Stone, where we journey through the 5 elements, so fire, earth, metal, water, and wood. And this is 5 element theory based and connected to traditional Chinese medicine. So there's a lot of philosophy and a lot of looking at biology and naturopathy. I mean, it's fucking huge, this. I'm learning a lot. And today I've been deep in the Zhe, which is one of the 5 spirits, which is connected to one of the elements, and Zhe is connected to water. What I have realized as I've been journeying and listening to all this content and reflecting on my own life and where I am in my own journey and where we are as a fucking planet at the moment, we're all fucking terrified. We're all scared. We're all fucking exhausted. And I was contemplating as I was speaking to the beautiful Michelle, my friend, who's actually one of the teachers of this program. I was reflecting to her today, like, what does the name disrupt? Like the offering, let me just pop the link down here. What is this, like maybe there's something about this word that is not, like maybe there's something about the name of this offering. Couldn't quite place something, like not feeling quite right. And she was like, yeah, maybe people where we are at the moment in the world, maybe the word disrupt is quite triggering for some people. I was like, interesting. So I took myself off for a walk to the beach and grab a coffee and walk in the sunshine and listen to information about the Zhe spirit, the water spirit. And it was she was talking about fear. I was learning about like fear in connection with the kidneys and the water element in our body, the spirit of water. And what I found really started to fall into place for me was what I perceive as disruptive, or the energy of a word like disrupt for me is playful. There's a mischievous energy to it. It's not like let's kick the door down and set fire to things. It's like let's fuck shit up by just like not following the rules and by playing and reigniting the fire and the passion back into our lives and the playfulness and connection and sisterhood and like friendships and relationships. And it's less about doing and pushing and striving and more about really coming into the essence of who we are and back into our raw power as individuals. And that in itself is an act of rebellion. That in itself is a disruption to the norm. And when I was reflecting on my walk and I was feeling into the energy of the word disrupt, I was like, what is interesting as well is we're all so fucking tired. Well, I certainly am. I'm tired of having to protect myself from the media and protect myself from the conversations that people have about the fucking shit that's happening in the world right now, because I'm very good at cultivating an environment for myself in my home and in my friendships where, and even in my family, where people just know, like, don't talk about that shit with Georgina because she'll just shut down and be like, I'm not interested, I'm out, laters. So I've done a very good job at like creating my reality in that way. But once we step outside of like the safety of our little kingdom or queendom that we've created, we can't, we don't have any control over how strangers are talking about things or how, other people are engaging with the media or what's happening in the world. And so it can be exhausting to just be out in the world when you're somebody who is very conscious about the creation of your reality and very conscious of the role that words and what you hear and what you absorb, the role that can play in destabilizing your internal state of equilibrium that you might have created. And it's okay. It's okay to have your state of equilibrium shaken up, okay? It's okay. But I understand that a word like disrupt, in a place in our lives, in a place in history, in our current physical reality, where it feels like everything has been disrupted and a lot of our freedoms have been kind of restricted, and we feel potentially like we don't have a lot of control over things. The idea of then creating more change or disrupting through action or creating a disruption feels like way too much fucking energy. And so that's just what I've been reflecting on, because actually the energy of this container and the energy of what I wish to embody and bring to the table for you is that it is disruptive to live your own personal truth in a world where everyone is so obsessed by consuming mass media and just blindly following like fucking sheep. It is disruptive for us to find solidarity with our fellow sisters who believe in an internal state of freedom and cultivating that first. All of that is in itself the essence of what is held in this container. It is a place where you can come and feel safe to air whatever is true for you. It is a place where you can come to feel safe and held in the deepest, darkest pits of your rage and despair, but also in the exuberance of your joy, regardless of what is going on out in the outside world. So that's just what I felt to share, is like, it's okay if you are feeling scared and if you're feeling exhausted by life right now. And if you're feeling like, oh fuck, I'm done. Like, I don't think I've got the energy to create more change in my life right now. Just know that in and of itself is an act of disruption. It's an act of rebellion to put your needs first above and beyond whatever is fucking happening around you. It is an act of disruption to take yourself out of the matrix and plug it back into nature, or plug back into the people that you love, and whatever it is for you. It's okay to do that. So yeah, that's my little message for you today. A kind of very watery, reassuring, loving message for you today. Yeah, I've just been really feeling into what it is, what our power looks like in all of its forms. It doesn't have to always be this push, this drive, the punching, right? Power is also just in our very essence, just in the raw essence of who we are, when we allow ourselves to be all that we are. And today I had many realization dropping in, many of which I'll be sharing with you tomorrow in the masterclass. Hey Michelle, nice to have you on live. Oh hey. But for now, I feel like I just wanted to remind you that it's okay to drop the mask and to be scared and to be tired and to be over it. And it's okay to feel like, I can't do any more self-development. Don't make me change. Everything feels like it. All the fucking tectonic plates of reality and society feel like they're shifting constantly, and I don't know what rules am I meant to follow, and where do I have to wear a fucking mask, and where do I have to not? And yeah, there's so much confusion. And I think a lot of us have just kind of got stuck in this like paralyzed will phase. We're just like, I don't even know what the rules are anymore, so I'm just not gonna move, because every time I move, something shifts and changes, and then I have to regroup and start again. And actually, when we're in that water, when we're in the flow of our own life, and we're just in our own the truest essence of our power, whatever that looks like to us as an individual, that stuff doesn't really, we just flow with it, around it, through it. We don't let it paralyze us anymore. We don't let it stop us. And again, this doesn't mean that you have to be, movement doesn't have to be something that you, this might sound strange, but movement doesn't have to be something that you create. It's just, it's happening all the time. And as I was talking to my beautiful friend Michelle today, we were talking about like, and she said, we are constantly changing. And I was like, fuck, you're right. Like on a biochemical fucking cellular level, we are constantly changing and adjusting all of the time. There are things happening internally, chemically, biologically, that we have no conscious awareness of. We are continually in a state of change. And so for us to think that we could ever not move, or that we are ever just able to stay stuck in the same place, is a fucking lie and an illusion. It's not possible. We are always changing. And so when we begin to understand that everything is already happening inside of us, it's always about coming back to what is inside, always about coming back within and dropping in deeper and moving from that place of alignment. And when we do that, when we drop more deeply back into ourselves, always, when we take action from that place, it has more power. It has more impact. So this offering, this sisterhood, this coven, it's not about like putting a boot in and smashing down the doors and being like, fuck you all, even though like that's what the image looks like. It's about reconnecting back to who you are and how you want to be in the world, how you want to show up. It's not about how you think I want you to show up or anyone else. It's about really deeply reconnecting with who you are and being held in a space where you're fully accepted and you're loved in all that you are. So if that feels like something that you need in your life, or that you're even vaguely interested in, if it tickles a little something inside of you, just reach out. We can have a chat. We can talk. We can have a little, back and forth in Messenger. You don't have to like know straight away. You might feel it and you might want to talk a little bit back and forth in Messenger, or have a little few voice notes back and forth. You might want to ask me some questions. That's cool. Because here's something else that I came to an awareness of yesterday. Again, I'm going to go into this particular piece a lot deeper tomorrow, because something occurred in my life over the last 2 days that wiped me the fuck out. Last night I had a panic attack and I had to be regrounded by my beautiful friends Jamie and Kelly. And something like happened to me and in my life, in my online life, that really fucking sideswiped me and sent me reeling. And as I say, I had a panic attack. I completely felt like get goosebumps even thinking about it. And it's like a portal for transformation. What happened last night and that panic attack were a portal for the transformation that I feel I'm in now. And I'm kind of like on the recalibration. So that's probably why I do feel a bit tired today and a bit more like mellow and a bit more like watery, because I'm integrating what happened last night. And it's not like, genuinely, it's probably going to sound like nothing to when I actually tell the story tomorrow, but when I was in it, I was very much triggered into trauma. And so I was having like a trauma response in my body and I couldn't find my grounding. So that's why I reached out to my friends. And that really reminded me like the potency of having a tribe of, or a community of really fucking powerful badass women who would go to war for you. You know, and that's a part of what I see in Disrupt, is just this coming together of these powerhouse women. But when we are these powerhouse women, we don't often feel safe to be really vulnerable, to really have a come apart and be witnessed in it. And this is what I desire for you in this container is, yes, it's playful, yes, it's fun and mischievous, and yes, it's about rapid and exponential growth from a place of complete soul alignment and flow, but it is also about being held by your fellow sisters who are also fucking powerhouses, and we get to see our reflection in you also. So when I had a vulnerable melt last night, you know, my friend Kelly this morning said actually it was a learning experience for her, being able to witness and guide me through it, like be there. The fact that I even went to them in that state, for me, was like a whole new level of growth, to be that vulnerable in front of people and then to be held and to experience. And literally at one point I said to her, please don't go. I need you. I can do this. I can journey this, but I just need to know you're there, you know? And she was like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here. And this was just like via message. And then, you know, between us, we kind of guided me back to my grounding. But when that happened to me last night, I was just like, fuck, man, we have had so much power. It sounds a bit victimy. We've had so much power taken away from us, but it feels like we've had so much power taken away from us and so much control taken away from us. And I think a lot of people are really starting to see through the matrix now, and they're really starting to see the extent to which we have been controlled. And so there is this sense of just disorientation. Hey, Sarah. Sarah, I can't remember. Oh my God. Don't hate me, which is it? Remind me. It's been a while since I've actually spoken to you live. So yes, that sense of really being able to be held in the vulnerability of the come apart, and to be witnessed in that, and know that when you come out the other side, you are even more powerful. Because in this world at the moment where we are seeing through the matrix and we are seeing all the places we've been controlled, Sarah, okay, cool, thought so, right the first time. Yeah, now that we're seeing through that matrix and we're seeing all the places that we've been controlled and all the dogma that we've just subscribed to because we kind of were just born into it and taught to follow it because the people before us, our parents, our grandparents and great-grandparents or whatever, we were taught that that's what we do. And so we've just kind of blindly followed. And even those of us who are fairly awake and see things with maybe clearer eyes are still seeing layers and layers being revealed and revealed and revealed. And it can feel to the point where it's like, almost like I could start to feel myself wanting to like have some reassurance about, right, when the layers stop peeling away, then I'll find my feet and then I'll move forward. But the reality of the kind of work that we do and the reality of the way that the world is right now and maybe forever is that layers and layers and layers are going to keep fucking peeling. I'm getting all of the goosebumps I talk about this. The layers are going to keep fucking falling away. So you get to decide now, am I going to wait in paralyzed will and stagnation and just like freeze response and not fucking do anything? Or Am I going to drop deeper into who I am, disconnect from the fucking matrix, and combine with the people that I know who get it, who see the world the same way that I do, who see through things? And am I going to start allowing myself to be seen by those people also in all that I am? Allow them to see you. What else? Is there anything else that needs to come through? Yeah, just this piece about the way that we move forward from here is different to how we would have moved forward before. So previously, in that very linear way that we were looking at the world, there are logical steps that we follow. The way things are now, the way things are constantly being revealed and revealed and revealed, and layers and veils are fucking falling away like there's no tomorrow, and we feel sometimes like we can't quite get our footing. That is the time to reconnect with your own inner power, your own sovereignty, and your own sense of safety within your own body, and remind yourself from that place, it is safe for me to move. It's also safe for you to stay still. But be mindful of, am I in stillness and allowing life to flow through me? Am I still connected to my own life force energy and creativity and my essence? Am I just being still through choice? And is it a nurturing stillness, a replenishing and recharging stillness? Or am I actually in a fucking freeze response because I'm waiting for the world to stop, slow the fuck down, become clear before I move? And again, both are fine, but knowing the difference between the two is what is going to help you to anchor back into yourself and continue to flow through your life. When I talk about moving, I'm really talking about being carried, being guided, allowing the universe to show you what comes next. But if you're stuck in a fucking freeze response and you're just like treading water, or maybe you're not even treading water, like the water around you is just fucking frozen. Like, you can't do anything from that place. And that's when we feel helpless, when we're in that freeze. So give yourself permission to move even when you don't feel like you're going to step on solid ground. Because maybe solid ground doesn't feel the same anymore. Maybe it never will. Maybe your need for it to feel the same as it did before is exactly what's keeping you from moving forward now. And when you decide to move, things are going to move fucking quick. Things are going to come to you fucking quick. The veil is thin, my friends. Good shit's coming. And you get to decide to choose into receiving it any fucking time. And if this shit is like whetting your appetite and you're feeling the fire or the juice or whatever it is, click the button. Come and join us in Disrupt. There is going to be so much of this gold and so much fucking more. I love you. Thank you so much for being here live. It always is a joy to have people on live and know that there is an exchange of energy in the now. So I love you so much. I'll see you all tomorrow for the exciting masterclass that's coming up. Holy fuck, man. It is all of the power. Hey, Isabel, I just saw your little face there. I'm so grateful. I'm unstuck now, even though it's a bit scary outside. I'm confident there's nothing better than moving towards exactly. Yeah, you are the embodiment. You are it. You are the embodiment of your higher purpose. And it's almost like there's nothing that you need to even move toward. It is like, just be the embodiment and allow that to move you. Allow your highest purpose to be embodied. You don't even have to move towards it like you're it already. Be it. And let it. It's this piece around like, I'm either stepping into something or I'm just allowing something to flow through me. Like, allow your higher purpose to work through you. So fucking good. Amazing. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you. Bye.